have a beautiful day. Today I thought I would do a little bit longer reading, and I invite you to lie down in your Shavasana while I do this. It's just a couple more paragraphs than we normally do. And it's from a book I really enjoy. I'm always looking for books that give me a daily reading. I don't need a really long article. I just like to share a tidbit. And this one's called The Daily Om. I follow this group on Facebook and Instagram. And today's inspirational thoughts for a happy, healthy, and fulfilling day. And sometimes, so we don't get information overload, a tiny reading is good. So get yourself comfortable. You can choose to sit up or lie down, whatever works better for you. And today the story is A Twisting Path. There are no straight lines in nature or in life. If you trek into the wilderness and look around with a careful gaze, you will see that the trees, flowers, and even the rocks have a tendency to flow. There is an arc of the branch that leads to the blossom, the smooth dip in a rock formation, the gnarled knot in a tree trunk, and the forking of shoots. As nature is overflowing with curves, corners, knots, and unexpected directions, so are our lives filled with unpredictable twists and turns. While you may find yourself briefly on a straight path, there is such a sudden change in the route up ahead. The journey of life does not necessarily bring you closer to your goals. In fact, sometimes you might find yourself backtracking or meandering off into a new direction. Since there's no way to foretell the outcome of your journey, just as there's no way to predict the way a bud will form, living in itself, the path is to wisdom. Living is in itself the path to wisdom. Like a nature trail, this path can lead to unexpected destinations. You might be faced with direct questions such as, who am I? A lot of people have been using this time to try to discover what is the next direction they should take. Some of my retired students are lucky that that path is still continuing despite this COVID break or pause. And the next question might be, what is of value to me? And that is a question that I know has come up to lots of people, whether you're retired or not. It might be materialistic, it might be family, it might be life direction. Or you may find yourself acquiring the answer to them through everyday experiences. The route to wisdom is only blocked when you expect it to be a straight line. It is important to remember that the plans and predictions are not rigid. As our world grows in complexity, there is likely to be change. It is therefore necessary to be open to a multitude of different paths. So being open, I think that's the key message here. Obstacles, weariness, curiosity, or circumstances may cause you to alter your direction abruptly, just like COVID did. We all had to put our plans on hold. It was completely out of our choice. There may be forks along the way that you'll need to make significant decisions based on the counsel of your inner voice. There are both long and short roads that are sometimes curved and sometimes straight. Enjoy and learn from this adventure. What do they say? It's the destination. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Often when you look at nature, the beauty is in the unexpected. No two plants or minerals are exactly the same, and even the smallest buds curve gracefully. The winding path is often the more interesting one. The lesson you can take from this is to avoid becoming attached to what needs to happen and remain flexible as you continue your journey. If you are determined to achieve certain goals, you will do so no matter how many twists and turns you must travel. So the other day I happened to be on a conference call, the 28th anniversary of Trails where I work, and if you've ever gone into the property or heard me talk about it, it's an almost 2-kilometer, very, very windy road to get into the property, and it actually says I think you have to do not even 20 kilometers an hour as you're coming in. And lots of people think, why wasn't it straight? And the owner said there was a purposeful reason to that. The idea that you were shedding things as you're meandering along, coming from your city life or your previous life for your momentary life into the forest. And I think this comes up a lot even in trails when conservation areas are planning. Nothing is by accident. This meandering piece is to help you let go as you enter, to slow you down, and to keep you in this moment, not from where you came from, but to focus on where you're going. Today we're going to continue working with our plank challenge. I know this has been hard on some people's wrists because we aren't doing our regular class. You hear me talk often about carpal tunnel syndrome, and often the only way to help osteoporosis and carpal tunnel syndrome is to use weight-bearing exercise like planks, handstands, the prep for handstands, downward dogs. So if you're noticing the work we're doing this week is starting to agitate your wrists, we'll do some stretches today, but also it might mean that you need to hold them a little longer. The theory being that I'm building blood flow in this area instead of avoiding it. And then you've also heard me talk about if it's really bothering you, you can roll up the top of your mat and make like a wedge for the back of your hands. So let's sit up straight for a moment. Let's do this stretch. We're gonna take our hands and I'm just gonna start rolling. This is something I remember some of my gym teachers used to do. And even this simple exercise, one direction and the other, my elbows are bent, everything's loose. I'm hearing some cracks in my knuckles. Roll, roll. And then I'm gonna do out like a volleyball, thumbs together, reach down, and then how high up can I stretch? I'm gonna look forward. Let's see, can I take it behind me? This is more shoulder mobility than wrist. Lengthen through those thumbs. And all the way back down. Shake it out. Let's do this stretch. This is one we do in yoga and karate. So I'm gonna take my arms straight out. Let's start with my left arm, palm faces away. Right hand grabs the fingers and I'm gonna gently pull. I feel a deep stretch down here. I've heard that tension in this part of the forearm and the wrist comes from tiny motor skills, especially using cell phones and small technology. And then shake it out. Other side, right arm extend, gently pull down. Oh my, that is intense. And shake it out. Switch my legs. There's another variation that we used to do. Actually, we'll do this one while we're here. So instead of down, I'm going to point my fingers to the sky, gently pull back. And we will be doing another version on all fours. Straight and release. And the other side, pull and release. When I was taking guitar lessons, and I'm sure Jane has seen some of these stretches, the theory was that I should not only be stretching my wrist, but I'm also going to articulate each single joint of each finger, each knuckle. So my big finger has a root knuckle, middle, and upper. So some people would do side, back, back, back. So that's 3 levels on each finger, and then side, and then the other side. That's a lot of work. So I'm going to do that through all the fingers. First part of my finger, then the next part, then all of it. And then side, side, that feels good. And then first, medium, base. The reason I focus on my fingers is this, again, we talk about connectivity. This is connected all the way down here. Then pin, oh, I forgot side, side. Then I'm gonna do my pointer finger. Oh my, now I'm feeling my wrist. And then side, side, and then thumb. Let's see, can I do much to my thumb? And shake it out. Oh, other side, baby finger, point, 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 side, side. Oh, there's a good crack. And then your ring finger, each section, side, side, finger, finger, finger. Oh, there's a good crack, side, side. And the point is not to crack, just to stretch. Top, medium, base, side, side, and then thumb, top, medium, base. Interlace your fingers, press the palms away. So I can either just keep pressing, this is nice and on the biceps. I can try to resist myself and pull these fingers away. I can take it to the sky and reach up. Some of you are gonna keep the belly engaged, head stacked, and how far back can I go? Ooh, and then maybe side, side, keeping the tension going, engage the core, sit up straight, side, side, and now can I do tiny circles? One direction, then the other, and that feels good. Shake it out. Let's switch sides. Prayer hands, spread the fingers, press the palms into each other. So we do this often for our shoulders. I want you to focus now on the finger pads making contact, root knuckles making contact, pressing the wrists, thumbs, forearms, elbows, and now I want to feel my natural range of motion. So I'm going to gently press up. Hit your edge and slowly come back down. Breath led. Maybe this is your moving meditation. Inhaling up. Exhale down. And let's do open. We did this earlier. I think earlier this week. How far around the pole can I wrap? And come back to center. And one more time. Open. All the way wrapping around the pole without pressing your belly out. And shake it out. When I did some research on wrist work, ironically, eagle arms came up. So I'm going to bring arms into scrubs, flex the fingers. That's going to wake up my wrists. Let's bring right into left. Let's do this version first. So I'm going to take my left arm straight, right arm over. My left palm is facing me, and I'm going to pull that bicep on the right side across. So I can go across, facing forward. Hands are still active. Hasta Bandha. Flex those hands. Oh, yeah. And soften. Flex and soften. Flex and soften. And shake it out. Let's switch our legs and do the other side. Right arm bends, palm is facing myself, left arm into that crook. How far can I get that bicep? I'm just above my elbow in the crook. Sit up straight, pull, flex. You're still facing forward, belly's engaged, head is stacked. How much can you stretch that? And then release. Let's switch our legs again. We'll come back to eagle arms. Spread palms, flex, soften, flex, soften, flex. Right into left, either back to back or intertwine. This time spread your fingers, palms are flexed, and you're pressing. So I'm pressing my right fingertips into my left palm and my left palm into my right fingertips. Close your eyes. Let's take 2 breaths and notice the tension that might be happening in your shoulders, biceps, forearms, wrists, and fingers, all connected. Option to stay here or rise up and down. And then release, shake it out. Other side. Karate chop arms or scrub arms. Left into right, back to back, or make the bind as long as my hands are straight. My right fingertips are pressing into my left palm. Spread the fingers, resist yourself. Coming up to a right angle. And option to rise up and down. I feel that connection in my neck and my shoulders. Up and down. And shake it out. So, often we talk about Anjali Mudra, which is a hand mudra at the heart. Palms press into each other. You can see my elbows are drooping. I want it to be more erect. So shoulders back, and maybe I can show you from the side. Shoulders back, pressurize the palms together. Thumb into your sternum, sit up straight. Press them into each other, shoulders back, belly engaged. So it looks easy at first, but this can be as intense as you like or not. So pressurize, pressurize, shoulders back, belly engaged. Sit up straight. This is how my mudra, heart center mudra, I can stay here, or let's bring up. How high can I go? Ooh, without losing the hands. And then come all the way back down. Press into yourself. Maybe this should be your daily breathing thing. So you come into your bed, sit up. First thing in the morning, pressurize palms, heart center. Open your heart to grace, or be open to healing. Open to that crooked path we talked about. Open to a new connection. I'm always surprised how many people I'm reconnecting with during COVID. It's been kind of fun. People have time to actually talk and share with people right now. It's very, very positive. Oh, that's intense. And shake it out. So, we often do prayer pose in front. Now let's try to do it behind us. I'm going to take my hands either resting on my lower back, shoulders back. I might bring my hands towards each other. I might grab my forearms. And I might try reverse prayer. So fingertips pressing into each other. And as I soften, whoa, I can feel this in my wrists. Sitting up nice and straight, shoulders back. This is a real wrist stretch. 2 more breaths. And release. Oh, shake it out. Let's make a fist and release. Fist and release. Fist. This time I'm going to curl the fist in and release. Fist I joke, this is how my cat sits, fists curled in, and release. You could press them into each other, or can you bring back to back? That's even more intense. Fists and release, fists. Oh, how much can I get them together? And release, and release. Shake it out. We often will do stretches on all fours with our wrists. So let's take our palms to tabletop. I'm gonna turn one palm almost like I'm dialing a radio. Can you see me? Almost like I'm dialing a radio. Right palm turns, fingers face towards my knee. Left palm turns, fingers face towards my knee. They are just under my shoulders. I don't even have to lean back and I can feel this stretch. Oh my, deep into my forearms and wrists, hands. So you can stay here. Let's stay here without stretching further for 2 breaths. Whew. If I want to add more, I'm going to start to lean back. And come up. Lean back. And come up. Lean back. And come up. One more time. Lean back. And come up. And release. Shake it out. Now we're going to do another variation. The backs of our hands. So again, I'm going to turn my hands, fingers facing me, backs of my hands to the floor. I'm going to attempt to press the back of the knuckles and the hands to the floor. And lean back. Rest. And I'm barely leaning back, and this is, oh my, this is super intense in the front of my hand and the front of my wrists. And shake it out. Now you'll see some people when they're working out, they use fists to do their push-ups. I actually don't like the feeling of that. But as a little stretch for weight bearing and bringing blood flow to my wrists, you can make fists. Oh! And press it to the floor. I'm up on my tiptoes, downward dog. Come knees back down. Fist press down, knees rise. Fist press down, knees rise. Okay, let's take our focus away from that and come into our plank. So we're going to come into tabletop. Let's see, today is 45 seconds, day 8. We're going to set it up, 5 more seconds. So come into tabletop, palms under the shoulders, nice and broad. Think about equal pressure in the fingertips as well as the palms. Tuck your toes, step back, high plank. We can do this. If it's too much, you can always come to turning your wrists. You can come into Sphinx arms, half plank. If I'm feeling this exaggerating my lower back, I'm going to lean back into a dog and come back into plank. Keep pressing the floor away, belly engaged, shoulders over wrists. "15 more seconds, you can do it. Pick up your head is in line with your spine. If you let your head drop, it's going to hurt your neck and create pain somewhere else. And done. Knees down, extended child's pose. In this extended child's pose, let's do one more wrist pose. I'm going to bring my forehead to the mat, arms behind me, grab my hands. You might stay here, or here's the wrist. Interlace your hands, line up your thumbs, press your palms together, shoulders roll back. Option is stay here, or super tight. And then release. Continuing with our shoulder and plank work, let's come into Sphinx. Actually, we'll do a stretch first. So Sphinx, bring your hands into prayer, press the palms into each other, blades press down. I'm going to press my bum back, forehead to the mat, heart towards the floor, press the palms into each other. So fingers, wrists, biceps, shoulders all stretching. And then back up. Bringing your arms back into Sphinx. Let's do the first version. I'm going to come forward and back. That's just to wake up my shoulder mobility. How far forward can I go? Option to come back into a half plank. Forward mobility, keep your bum down. So you're kind of going forward and back. Option to turn it into dolphin. Walk your toes in. The whole point of this pose is eventually my hips would be over my shoulders. And then knees down, extended child's pose. And guess what? What comes next? Reverse table, reverse plank. Let's come into bum down, hands behind you. I'm gonna first, actually I'll do it facing you and I'll do it sideways. So palms press down, hips rise, head in line with my spine. That doesn't do much for you. I'll show you from the side. Feet are one fist width apart, palms under the shoulders. Rise, so I might stay in hammock. You might put some blocks under you. Belly engage, head in line with your spine. Press the palms down. And am I a nice straight table? Guess so. Oh, that actually is exhilarating. I feel a lot of heat or agni building in my body. And then slowly lower back down. My friends who want to work out, you could take that same action and go up, engage 2 breaths, slow motion, lower, don't touch, up, engage 2 breaths, and maybe do 5 repetitions. I can start to feel this in my wrist that I fell on this winter, right there. Next one, reverse plank. Let's come hands behind hands are behind my shoulders, hands behind my hips, palms root down, engage, and rise. Looking at the ceiling, press the floor down. And then slowly lower. And again, if I wanted more, you could go up, pause 2 breaths, slowly lower, don't touch. Up, 2 breaths, pause, slowly lower. Repeat 5 times. And shake it out. And I'm trying to think. Let's do one more. Ow. I'm getting cramp in my foot. Let's interlace our fingers one more time, press away. Slowly rise. Did this earlier. Engage the core. Feel your range of motion and slowly come back down. We're going to do that 4 times. Inhale up. And back down. One more time. Inhaling up. Side to side. Can you make prayer hands and bring it to the base of your skull? Open your arms, keeping the soles together. And how far down can I travel? And shake it out. Let's do one more thing. We'll do our cow face arms. Left arm up, flex the palm, reach up, touch the base of your neck. Right hand takes left palm down the back. And shake it out. Right palm up. Reach down, spread that palm, resist against your own back. I feel the hands, the wrists, and all down this right side of the body. Release. Now we're going to do it in full cow face. So left hand up, reach, right hand behind you. I'm either resting on my back, attempting to monkey bind, or using your strap. Shake it out. Last side, right arm up. Touch the base of the neck, left arm behind you, either resting, making the monkey bind, or using the strap. Spread your hand, press the back of that left wrist into your back. And release. We're going to put all of that together and do a quick eagle as our final pose. Standing in mountain. Let's take arms in karate chop. I can see you. Right into left, intertwine. Right over left. We haven't done any hip work, so this should be interesting. Let your eyes rest on something that's not moving. And choosing to stay here, or sit, or snake. And can you stay here for 3 breaths? And release. Other side. Scrub arms, left into right, intertwine, bind. Left foot crosses over right. Your eyes are resting on something that's not moving. You're either touching down the left toe on the right side, or sitting, or snake. 3 breaths. Keep those palms spread and resisting each other. Lift your elbows a little higher if that feels good in the upper back. 1 more breath. And release, shake it out. I'm going to show you one more experience for your wrists that you can work on. We will do this often, prepping our body for handstand. I'm going to bend my knees, bring my palms to the floor. My knees might be super bent. Spread the fingers and start to lean forward. I come up naturally on the balls of my feet and lean back. Forward. Oh, and I come back out. And you could do that picking up one foot, almost like I was going to do crow, and switch. Come up, lean. Oh, I can totally feel that turn on my wrist. Knees down, extended child's pose. And our very last reading today is, let's do this one. Life loves you. Positive cards. I choose to live with ease. Life does not have to be as difficult as you sometimes make it. Complete this sentence. One way I could let my life be easier is ... Think about that. That's your homework tonight. One way I can make this life easier. Thank you so much for your effort. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.